Hello, Narnach here.
God's heart through his guts.
Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Bestiary League as a Spectral Shield Throw. Are you a beastie? No, you're not a beastie. Spectral Shield Throw, a Juggernaut. Why are we a Juggernaut? Because the endurance charges are now up 24/7 whenever we're in a fight. It's crazy, stupid, powerful, broken, awesome. Pick any of the above. But yeah, now we're in a very short while our cast and damage taken that we picked up last episode is gonna level, and then Blood Rage and Immortal are gonna trigger automatically whenever I take enough damage, and hopefully that is gonna lead to some interesting side effects. But for now, I first have to level them. And speaking of, they are almost there. So I picked up 2 prophecies because I had 2 coins. One of them is we're gonna encounter a rogue exile that will only wear rare items, and deadly rivalry 2 triggered as well. So we're gonna encounter rogue exile with berserker and onslaught.
Their defeat will not stand, renewed and fueled by blind rage.
Blind rage. So the Ophidians are not beasties either. That's kind of interesting, because I would swear those look like snakes. Oh, if it looks like a snake, then it might actually be a snake. Downside of course, a prophecy like that is you're instantly full in your inventory. So let's empty those pockets. Now that we have a bunch of support gems sorted out, and especially cast when damage taken, which has some funky interactions with no triggering yes or no based on if the gems linked to it are high enough level or not, or low enough level or not. That's the better way to look at it. I must pay a lot more attention to actually leveling up the gems rather than just clicking everything, because that leads to trouble. A couple of gems will be locked at lower levels, so those are going to be relatively easy at some point. They're going to remain locked and then they will never show up anymore. Other ones, I just have to make sure that they level up in the right order. So Temper Shields, it needs to level up to level 7. Because no, then it stays underneath the cast when damage taken trigger level. There we are. Oh, one thing. I dug into my my old gear and I found this ring which has some intelligence on it. So on weapon switch I now have my curse on hit. So I can actually level it to be at the point where it could go to level 2, and then I deny the level up to pin it down, just so I don't forget about it later. And at some point we're gonna get more intelligence, and then no, we don't really need to rely on the item anymore. So now, cast when damage taken. Yeah, one of them is gonna remain pinned at level 1. The other one actually needs to go up. So where did I put him? Oh, there. So this one is linked to Temper Shield and Vulnerability. That one actually must remain low level. So if we take that one out, then the other one is the one that I want to level. And now Blood Rage and Immortal are auto casting, and then I can put this one back in, and then it's going to show up, and I can right click it to just dismiss it, and it's just going to remain down here forever. No, just like Flame Dash. You don't want to level up Flame Dash because all it does is use up more mana, and the damage is not why you are using it. So whenever we take 583 damage, which is less than a third of the total life, then all those things are gonna trigger, which is fine with me. Basically means now in the fights, dismiss this one as well. In the fights, whoever taking damage, we're gonna get the benefit of those skills. And otherwise, we don't really need it anyway. A ghost in a corner. Another tricorn. Vulnerability, yep, we're leveling that. Shield charge, yep, we're leveling that. And another skill point, and that goes into Golem's Bloods. Nice. So, more life, and more importantly, a bunch more life regen. And the percentage should now be high enough that Blood Rage will no longer produce our life. I think this is Vagrant's Tricorn. Yeah, I think I already had this one from a Bestiary thing. But now I've got two. Can stack them. Or something. No, put a hat on your hat. Yeah, also, keep in mind the Immortal Call, I should not level it until the castman damage taken has leveled. Also, how long is this gonna last? That is useful to see. 2.14 seconds, because I have 4 endurance charges. And the higher level Immortal Call becomes, the longer it's gonna stay up. And I think Immortal Call had a... Where did I put it? Where did I put it? There. A cooldown indeed of 3 seconds. So if we have a duration longer than 3 seconds, then it could remain up 24/7. Yep. Okay. So for now I'm just gonna ignore that. Fortify, yep, that can go up. Also trace down why the damage went down since I equipped Brutality, and that is because, well, Brutality is a very low level skill. So the multiplier is not really as high yet, whereas the other ones have that. At least that seems like a reasonable explanation. I mean, it still has 18 more levels to go, whereas the other ones were around level 10. So they had already achieved some of their potential. But if your damage is high enough, then just losing a little bit doesn't really matter too much. And damage definitely is high enough here. So for the next couple of levels, I want to grab the bonuses to endurance charges, so we can just go up to 6 rather than 4 charges. I mean, with the Juggernaut, it doesn't really matter, since you're gonna hit that maximum very quickly anyway. So you might as well max it at 6, and then your Immortal Call lasts longer. The Bowels of the Beast. So this is the piety fight.
But let's not get above ourselves.
So, blue. Shout at you. Oh, this is so nice with shield charge. Okay. Done.
Calm wasn't half the man you are, Marauder.
Will you give me a compliment there? She was actually nice. What? Good old Piety.
Piety, betray me, and I will have your head.
So I think most of the things in here are technically nightmare things rather than, or aberrations I think they're called, the monster group, rather than beasts. And that's why things that look like they could potentially be counted as beasts are not beasts. Because, well, they're really not beasts. Or they're technically not beasts. That might even be a better way of phrasing it. Also, let's just empty pockets, because need all the space. And another prophecy, might as well trigger it. The Corrupts. Powerful enemy in a Vaal side area. Cool. We'll trigger that at some point. And of course, yeah, the waypoint was here, but yeah, then I don't have to walk up and down. It is more convenient that way. So, let's see who is hiding up in the corner here. Which one of the godless three? Tempest Shield. Yep, that can go up a couple more times. And it will be nice to get back to a place where we have beasties to capture. Because I miss capturing beasties.
Body to kill for.
To kill with, you mean?
Heart in motion.
I'm gonna kill you with my body. Or, well, my shield, but... yeah, potatoes.
Form. Your
Okay.
sickness is ended.
That might as well just run over. Quickly empty pockets. And then use the waypoint, not the portal. I make that mistake quite often. And then we can just hand the organ to Piety and we have more space for loot and organs from the other side. Hello. Who is this? Chevron of Umbra.
Lovely material.
Lovely material. Keep in mind the lightning thorns. Yeah, that. Well, actually, I've got enough leech that it doesn't matter. That's, or doesn't seem to matter.
The ancestors demand it.
The seem to matter thing there is the important bit. Not responsible for anyone suiciding themselves on lightning thorns. Because it's still pretty potent, the lightning thorns. It might have gotten nerfed in a recent patch. Not entirely sure of that. Okay, so she's not really doing all that much damage. So, no, just tanking her. And there are the lungs. And now we have Malachai's creepy bits all together.
You are free now, slave.
Wait. And there we are. So right now I'm pretty hyped up on power, so I'm killing enemies before they really have a chance to hit me. So the cost and damage taken things, they're not really kicking in all that often. But no, that should change once enemies actually fight back. So that's gonna be basically after we kill innocents, because then enemies really get pissed off. Until then, it's gonna be a little bit more casual. Okay, moment I've been waiting for, Mr. Malachai.
In this world, you and I will create the beautiful nightmares together. Creation out of the realm of the gods, isn't it? Bow your head to your one true god.
Now, Exile!
What? Why don't you just bow to me? I am your god. No? Stop it with the tentacles. Okay, that was Spidey. Okay, let's just not get hit by his slam attack. Standing on the right side of the portal here. And that was Piety. Bye bye. Lucky side effect of all the splinters is that we're taking out a lot of the worms. So, no, just a collateral AoE damage there. And then the black heart is mine. Oh, I cast Golem.
Truly understand what
Put
it
up
means to be nightmare.
statue. Yep. Oh, let's charge the other side. Hey, first heart.
Of immortality.
Damn, this is going quickly. I just fortified into him, or shield charge fortified into him, so the damage from his tentacle portal is not really that bad.
The gift of immortality.
Okay, this is pretty insane. This build, it just feels so incredibly sturdy. I guess the combination of life regen and leech, it stacks up pretty well.
Are you so in love with death?
I don't know. Is that a philosophical question? It's just fun taking out the bad guys. And there you have it. One less Malachai on this planet. So time to move beyond the town and boop, go towards the Ascent. Because that is now also part of Act 4, of course. Have a chat with Tasuni. I don't think we're gonna get any more rewards here. No, taking out Kaum and the Rasso was the last one that actually rewarded us. We have some items in the inventory, so let's get rid of those. And then Ascend o'clock.
Still I live.
Bye bye. Okay, there is gonna be a Wendigo up here. Not sure if a Wendigo counts as a beastie or not. Mountain Hellions are a new kind of doggy. But of course, I'm only gonna capture the rare versions of those. Hey, a Goat Lord. Gotcha.
This one is captured.
Oh yeah, of course, they have ice goats here. And no, this one is not a beastie. So, the white death beastie is not one we're gonna capture, because it's not a beastie. It's just a mob. Pack of magic mobs. I guess these strong boxes with the guaranteed rares are gonna be very useful for this league. T brutality can go up. Just keeping that one around. So let's have a look. Level 40 area. I'm 42, so no, I'm actually within region. This is I'm not too overleveled. I had expected to be overleveled a lot more than I am, which is nice. Means there's at least a little bit of a challenge in the content. Well, there's potential for challenge. Ah, dang. I killed it. Sorry, that was not what I should have done. I should have thrown one less shield and then just captured him. I'm used to that. Though I haven't been this powerful for a large part of the playthrough, and so then you can just get away with throwing a bunch of shields and then not waiting until they're down like to 25% before throwing the shield. But here, if you get a lucky crit in or something, then you might actually just take out like 30 or 40% of the health with a single hit. So throwing the net earlier is better. Okay, there is a yellow here. Okay, netting it, and then we keep throwing it. Because if you throw too early, then of course you enrage the mob, and then you have to spend extra time on it.
The first ones look upon this capture with pride, Exile.
So now there's a bit of art and science to it, which is nice. No, I do appreciate that. Now having to actually engage with the league mechanics, rather than just killing stuff, picking up the loot. Wait, I just realized. Yeah, so if we put the monocle there just to see how long it lasts, so just as a bit of a visual reminder for myself. Rallying cry, yeah. So, because we have vulnerability, I have not been using that one. I could have used it. I could have taken down Malachai even faster. And there we go. Yeah, see, before the cooldown on Immortal Call was done, my endurance charges were already maxed out again. This seems like a very nice strategy. Temper shields. Yep, pump that one more time. Whetstones. Still remember really early back in Act 1. Every whetstone was valuable because you could turn them into the other ones for armor. And that's the one I was continuously short on. Now that situation is actually getting better. I got enough of both that I don't really need to fuss too much about it. But it's always a nice progression from not having anything to actually getting comfy with the currency. So I think we might have just bypassed the White Death unique here. Ah well, that one lives for another day. And that takes us to here, and might as well go to town. But yeah, Act 5 is where enemies actually fight back a little bit, and hopefully my cost and damage taken things are gonna kick in a couple more times. It's usually the Templars in the building over here. Is it the law building? The courthouse. Yes. That's usually where you start noticing the damage a lot more. And a level up. Yeah. So we have Golden Blood. So. Of dex for a jewel socket. No, I was not going that. I was gonna go for endurance charges. More is better. Yeah, and the easiest one is the duelist one, so we're gonna grab that. It's only 2 points. The marauder one is gonna be 3. The one of the extra traveler nodes, of course, is gonna be what we eventually need to get to the Templar area, so it's not really wasted. This is going to take a little bit more time for now. Okay, the Blood Rage, that is also castman damage taken, so I need to be careful with it. But both the...
Orb of fusing.
As I was going to say, both the things that are relying on the castman damage taken are now just waiting for the next level. Though this one gets 2 extra levels, this one gets 3 extra levels for the requirement. And I think castman damage taken only does 2 per. So I want to stagger that a bit. But those gems are probably going to be up there for quite a while. Just being there so I don't forget about them. What level is it? Level 8. Yeah, see? Getting a couple more levels on it would be useful. And especially with the Immortal Call, the further we get, the more damage we're gonna take, and the more life we have, so you really wanna scale it up, because otherwise it's gonna be triggering every 2 seconds or something, which is too often. Okay, there is a red beastie somewhere to the south. I'm still wondering whether maybe I should just put the vulnerability on the castman damage taken here. But because it would be very convenient. But yeah. Whatever. I can't link it right now, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay, how is our damage output here? Yeah, let's just trap it. Too early, I think. Yeah, it enraged. Dang. Are you still enraged? Okay. Lost my golem. Okay, I think. Yes, it's zapping. I thought I threw it, but I didn't see the. Didn't see it. Always good to double check. Yes, you take it to the menagerie. Okay, and now boss fights. Well, mini boss. There you are. Okay, enemy runs away. They reinforced the tower shields. Okay, that is better than that one. Is this an upgrade? It's higher item level, so potential for better mods. 15% increased global physical damage. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's a prefix though, that does make it difficult, because the ideal tower shield for us will actually have 3 different armor mods, so they all stack. But no, there's no armor mods, so this one is just completely subpar. And those are fixed at level. And then we go level up with the ladder. And then I think we have some coins. Apparently not. Hello everybody. It's good to see you again. Hey, we're gonna get a ring from you. You know what? I'll be back. Vilenta, she's now a boss at some point. Once Mr. Utula goes crazy, I think Vilenta also goes crazy. Curious to see how that fight goes, since that is new to me. And no, that's it. Let's have a look. What's this? Right, so in terms of resistances from the rings, fire, we're actually a little low. This one has some. This one actually also has a decent chunk. Well, the plus 12 to attributes means it gives intelligence, which is the main reason I want it. And the physical damage added to attacks, that also helps a ton. It gives fire and cold.
Freedom comes to those who fight.
So let's say we grab fire and cold. Fire and cold damage added to attacks is a waste because, well, we're using brutality, so our main attack is not benefiting from it. Shield charge still doesn't scare, it still works there, but yeah. And some fire and cold resistance, so it's not the resist I need. Because now the plus 2 attributes is something you could craft on top of it with the with master crafting. Or specifically putting int on there might be even better. I don't think that this is going to be useful right now. Maybe to fix resists at some point in the future. So I'm just going to put it over here. And then I'm going to call it an episode. So as always, I'm going to thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you again next time when we go after Innocence. Bye bye.